I have some terrible news. You have bug eyes! It's destroying the whole town! Oh god. No, stop! Wow, he's mad. Oh gosh. Anyways, guys, yo, SilkArchitect here, welcoming you guys back to yet another episode of SilkPlays Foolcraft, and yeah, today, we're gonna kick back, we're gonna chill, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the progress that I've made. I've done more chicken, and I've definitely done it off camera, because just like I said before, it's so grindy, I don't want to put you guys through that, so I'm getting some of it done early, and yes, we have diamond chickens, and these are like 999s, and waiting for a 10-10-10 to pop out, but as you can see here, this is a mess. This is a travesty of a mess right now. Like, we really need to get a system hooked up, and I don't want it connected directly to this system here. So what I'm actually going to do is set up a whole nother one. I had forgotten how much of a grind it is to make these, because we had to make a controller, which is this. And we had to make a grid, which is that. Well, the grid was to make the crafting grid, which requires a grid. And an advanced processor and all of this, and mind you that these processors have to be soldered, and then just making these alone just for the storage space, like, you have to go through the tiers and you have to make 3 of each. So yeah, it's a bit of a grindy process, but it's gonna be well worth it in the end. And yeah, I got them all made. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna make you sit through the crafting screen of death. To be honest, I enjoy that part, but like not sharing it with you guys, because I feel like you guys would be so bored if I just I'm like, okay, I'm making this, I'm making that. So I decided not to show that part, and yeah, I'm clearing out some space here because I've decided it's just gonna go right back here. And this is where the crafting grid shall go. I think it fits very nicely right there. And as you can see, this is an Ender IO system, or the item conduits anyways are, and that's what I've been using to take them out and put them into this chest. And this chest is actually important for this system because it acts as a buffer between item conduits and refined storage. So that is why I'm just gonna leave this here. We can actually replace this for like a regular chest and use the diamond chest for something else, but yes, we do need a buffer there. And it's exactly why we needed the importer, because usually you would just use cables to connect all this stuff, right? But since it's a different system, it requires this importer, not to be confused with the exporter, because the exporter is for pulling stuff out of this system. But yeah, so I'm gonna dig a little bit back here, because I've decided that I wanted the controller to come out right here, because I think controllers look cool, so maybe if we showcased it. And I was like, oh, this is a full block, isn't it? So yeah, let's just put it back there, and maybe dig a little bit out so I know exactly where this is for connecting the cables. But yeah, we stick the controller right there, and that'll be a nice little decorative thing here. Once you turn it on, it looks awesome. I think you've seen it before, possibly, like on my other machine. And yep, this is the space. We just need to connect. All right, forgot the imports to tell you about the controller. So these, you see the crafting grid right here. It's not on, right? It can't be powered. It won't be able to work unless it has a controller. And one misstep that I've just thought of just right now, is that it's not gonna have any power. But luckily, I have been messing around with this magmatic dynamo, so we won't have to pipe our power from all the way over there. I'm just gonna stick this thing in there, and yeah, that'll, you know what, let's do that right now. Let's I'm playing around with this because in the new base that's in Silk Forest, I want to use this as our main power source, our main power supply. I don't want to break the chicken. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Okay, let's just stick it over here. Honestly, like another ADHD thing that I'm gonna tell you guys is this base here. It's just my playground. I'm just gonna come here, mess around with stuff, and yeah, like I'm not gonna care too much about the aesthetic. Of course, when I say that, I always do anyways, and I always decorate. But yeah, it's where I'm just gonna play around with stuff, kind of like a brainstorm type area. And then like our main situation, our main base is actually going to be located at Silk Forest. And that is what I've decided, and that's how it's going to be. Honestly, it's probably our best option too. Alright, so that magmatic dynamo, where do I want to place it? Here, let's have it the most simplest setup possible. So I just get that, and we want lava to go into it, so let's just stick that here, and then the chicken, a chickie do, I catch you. Okay, put you down, and then let's get this thing. Yeah, it should work even with a regular pickaxe. Oh, I just realized I'm using the silk pickaxe anyways. Okay, so we got that set up, and yeah, so like I thought this was gonna be a lot more complicated, but basically you just need the chicken to be hooked up to this, and then yeah, I'm probably gonna have to create a trash source so this doesn't get overfilled with manure with the chicken poops. Where did that chicken go? There he is. Alright, so got my net. I got you. Boom. Okay, so it should be power, no? Let's. Oh, you know what? I need to configure it because yeah, it's still by the old configuration, which I had pipes. No, not pull, push. And then I want pull to be up here. Alright, and so now it's receiving the lava. And yeah, pretty neat. Alright, that's cool. But yeah, I need to hook up this chicken to a trash can that has a filter on it. So yeah, so we could pull out the poops. We pull it out manually? No. We're gonna do it on auto poop pulling. Alright, so now that I have my power supply, which is over here. It's very makeshift, but you know, it's straight. That's cool with me. And does this, if this doesn't actually need power, I'm gonna facepalm so hard, but I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, so get that, and let's pipe that over here. Yeah, it definitely needs power. Alright, fine. And what do I need is some power conduits, which we can pick up. I'll be right back. Since I'm pulling out some item conduits, I might as well show you how the conduit facades work. All you have to do is get one of these painting machines here. I think that it should be powered by this alloy smelter up here, and then all you have to do is just kind of stick that in there, and then get whatever you want to be painted. It'll do it automatically after you stick the stuff in. And yep, now we have a stone conduit facade, which is gonna be neat. In the picture, it looks kind of different because it's just showing you that it's not the stone itself; it's the conduit facade. So what we're gonna want to do, another thing I figured out is that I have one of these basic magmatic dynamos, and like we don't really need anything more special than that because even this is like overkill on the power front. Wow, why don't you work? Supposed to flip around, dude. Finally. Okay, so I did eventually flip this magmatic dynamo with the Yeta wrench, and I don't know exactly what conditions have to be met for it to be flipped, but it's obviously bugged. So I'm just glad I got it to work eventually. So that's fine by me. Okay, so all we have to do is connect this up to. Oh, let's destroy this real quick. All we have to do is connect this up to the controller here. And yep, it's getting powered. Perfect. And with that conduit facade, no, not that one. That's like the other kind. Where's the stone conduit facade I had? Oh, here it is. So weird. It changes randomly. Okay, so that's when it changes, when I'm using conduits itself. Alright, okay, right on. Okay, so we stick it right here, and bloop, it still acts as a conduit, yet it's a full block, and now we don't have to see that thing right under it anymore, and that's pretty neat. I like that. It's all flush in the wall, and that's fine by me. Okay, cool. So we got it all working, and it's still Wow, this is gonna take forever. So what I did do is actually got an upgrade for the importer. You just want to grab one of these stack upgrades and shove that in there, and it should be grabbing everything by the stack. See, it's so much faster that way. That's all we really wanted to do back here. Maybe cover this back up with some stone, and just actually let's light up a bit back there so nothing spawns. That'd be so annoying here, like zombies start growling. But yeah, let's cover that up. Yeah, let's cover that up too. Maybe, no, we can't use a conduit facade there. So that'll have to be open, and that's fine because this is obviously just makeshiftery. And yeah, we'll have our little hidden power supply back here, which is way OP for this. Doesn't really need that much power, but I'll probably, like, off camera connect this to the other power and stuff, because yeah, I'll probably need that magmatic dynamo. I don't want to have to craft too much of those. Okay, but we've got everything working. Our eggs are now going to be able to be funneled through here and into our new crafting grid and controller system. Yep, refined storage at its finest. Okay, so I was just overlooking some clips, and I have no idea how I never noticed that I completely left this out of the video. Like, I put this here, I guess because it was so simple. I was just testing it out, see if it worked, and yeah, I put the disk drive right next to this, which it doesn't need a cable connection because it's directly connected to one of the machines. So I just put it here, and then I get one of the disk drives that I crafted, which is the highest tier. It's the 64K disk drive, and I just plop it in. And since I want it to be visible, I do have something in the way, like visually. So I'm gonna put it in the bottom one there, and also put this back because I destroyed it. Didn't I put you here? There we go. Sweet. So yeah, that's why there's just like a sliver of it showing. And yeah, I thought it was pretty important because without the disk drive, you actually can't store anything because the items are actually stored in this little itty bitty 10 pixel disk right there. So yeah, that's that, and on to the next venture. Okay, so now that we're at Silk Forest, I've got a chunk loader here, and whenever yeah, whenever you place one of those down, it loads the chunk in which these lasers are in. So like anywhere the laser touches, like inside of it, is actually loaded at all times. And I got that loaded so I could get the wheat. And I was gonna eventually hook up a bone meal chicken to this, but this is plenty of wheat. I don't need any more wheat than that, really, honestly. So I'm gonna scratch that. And the main reason is we don't need to be super OP. I just want to make sure that everything stays safe for the world here that we're living in, because a lot of times people try to get too OP in modded just because you can, even though it's not necessary. I'm gonna try to keep it low pro. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's like whatever's. But here I did a little bit of work, as you can see. Here, let me turn on the night vision. And yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I really like this staircase design. I like that it's like just like slabs of glass, but like it's also raised a little bit so you can see a little bit through them, like through the bottom. I don't know. I just really like that aspect of it. It has a very modern type feel to it, even though this is more sci-fi than modern, I guess. I don't know. I don't really, you know how I am with genres. I just kind of DGF. But all right, so I'll show you how I made this staircase here. So I just kind of like went 3 out, and then I just kept staircasing it by 3. That way you could walk up it, and yeah, and then I basically just did that with the glass too, and then took off layers out of the bottom and the top as well. It's not as, you can't notice it as much, but like I really like that. Just little details like that. Just taking one layer off the top so it's inset a little bit down. I like things like that. But anyways, as you can see, this is a little bit more detailed. So what I did with this is I took out the edges here. Wait, was it that size? Yeah, it was that size. Took out some edges just to give it a little bit of curvature. It's not really a lot of curvature, and it's not like exactly round, but it does give it a little bit of detail that I feel is it's pretty necessary. And as you can see, I also mixed in a little bit of the chiseled basalt. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is. Okay, and I just put it in the replace mode, and then I would just kind of replace random bits of it. So it doesn't look too, like, you see these lines here? Although for the building process, it's actually really, helpful to have these, but just visually, I'm not as into it. Wait, why can't I place these? Oh, I must have ran out, actually. We need to get more of those. So, I got my chisel here, and so we just need to get some basalt. Let's get about half of that, and then get the one that I'm using, which is this one, I think. Yeah. So I've got 32 of those now, and I have to, after chiseling them, we have to chisel and bit them. It's kind of a process, but I love chisel and bit, and I'll do this all day if needed. So I got quite a bit of it here. I don't even know if I really needed that much, but for future proofing. Alright, sweet. And it gets really laggy whenever you do that, but fine by me. Alright, it's only for a short period. That's not the actual block. This is the actual chisel block. Okay. So now that we have more, we could go ahead and add a little bit more of these here to kind of like texture it up a bit and not have it like too much of same-ish. I think this side I barely got it at all with this. So like yeah, I like it a little bit more frazzled here. And then just the way that it was, because as you can see, it kind of just looks like a chopped up. It looks cool in its own way, in its own unique way, but yeah, let's harsh down those hard lines, because yeah, it's a little too much for me. That here as yeah, and I kind of just go over it. Like, I don't put any thought into this. As a matter of fact, I kind of just do it, and I let the texture. I let the texture work for me. It's kind of my thoughts behind it, and cool. That's decent enough. I'll touch it up here or there, but yeah. So like for this shape, I wasn't quite sure what kind of shape I was going with, so I kind of just angled it out because I know that I like angles. And I still have yet to like figure out how I want this layout to be, but I wanted to do that on here with you guys because I didn't want to do too much work without you. You know what I'm saying? And also I got these details in too. Let me show you that as well. I don't want this block. I want the actual hardline block here, which is this block. Okay, we got it in replace mode. We draw region this time, just so it's more, yeah, just so it's a little bit more defined, and it's just easier to outline that way. But I realize I'm scatterbrained again. I'm saying that I'm putting these blocks here over the glass so it becomes more defined. Like, see, like normally you probably wouldn't even notice this shape here, but there is a shape embedded into the glass. So I thought I'd accentuate that more by outlining it here, and I feel like it creates a very nice effect, and it does exactly what we want it to do. So yeah, so you have to have a relatively good vision to actually do this because it's kind of hard to see the lines. Also, you need a little bit of imagination too, because sometimes you can't see the lines at all. And yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. Don't know about you guys, but it's lovely. Yeah, and that's just the staircase going up. What we want to do is actually create this big open space here. So I'm thinking that we just go with a hexagonal shape, just like as a base, just as a basis for the center point of this. I want this to eventually be the platform in which we stand when we're just starting out our infrastructure for this area. So I feel like a hexagon would fit nicely here. It's probably good. Maybe an octagon. Yeah, it's possibly an octagon with the shorter edges here to match the stairs here. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit that up. And let's see, what did I do here? I got them 2 blocks out, 2 blocks out, 2 blocks out, and then 3 blocks out here. I guess at the tips, we'll have them 3 blocks out. We've got these 3 blocks out, right? 3 blocks out each. All right, let's continue that over here. 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, that's how this is going to be shaped. And then how many 2 blocks we got here? We got 3 2 blocks. Okay, so 2 3 blocks and 3 2 blocks. If that made sense to you, you are an amazing person. All right, so here we go. So 2 blocks here, another 2 blocks, and then 1 more. And then now we get to the section here, which is going to be all right. Yeah, it's also a 2 block, and then goes like that. Sweet. And what does that shape look like? So it's a little bit of a rounded shape, and then at the edges it's extended. Wow, what is happening here? I made this way too long over here. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4. Okay. All right, so let's get rid of all of this, and that's pretty easy to do. And this is a good time to show you guys. You could easily get rid of other blocks you did. Just go to one edge of it, and then go to the. Oh. Is that too far? I guess that is too far out. There is a restriction. You can only take a certain amount of blocks, and that's the one right there. And then it's pretty easy to just do all the chisel and bit that you've done that you're not happy with. Okay, so let's scratch that and do that over. But I'll probably cut through and get to the point where we were last at. Why you rain? Why you rain and ruin my day? You're ruining my recording, bro. Poopies. Alright, like typical Silk fashion, totally messed up that recording. I don't know, I didn't pick up. But I was realizing that I was going about this the wrong way about putting these blocks here, because it's super inefficient. And what I was actually doing was just placing the blocks just block by block, like that. And that's gonna take quite a long. I mean, it's not gonna take forever because this space isn't that big. But since we're working with such small blocks, and since we have other options available, I really don't want to do it. And like another thing is, if I do it block by block like that, I'll also have to do this. And I'm actually placing blocks. Did not intend to. I'll actually have to subtract blocks for each one. Actually, that's not true. I could still do draw region on this. Then I could subtract the blocks that way as well. Yeah. You know what? That's not that bad. But yeah, we have other options available. For the sake of time efficiency on this video, I'm just gonna draw exactly how I want it to be. Alright, so now that we have the exact shape we want for this platform, we can go ahead and start drawing region, and it's such an easier way of doing this. What in the world is this? I'm using a chisel block, right? Why is that turning into that? It must be some kind of ghost block? I'm confused. Alright, anyways, that's neither here or there. We're gonna go back to drawing region, and it's so much easier to just do it this way because this covers a lot of surface area. It might be a little bit laggy because it places the alt. I have no idea what is going on with these blocks. Freaking. Oh, that is just splendid, isn't it? I'm not sure. Whatever. Like that. I see! It's because I have this in my offhand! I'm placing it! I'm such a smart kid, aren't I? Oh, great. Alright, whatever. I'm not even gonna undo from there. I'm just... Oh, what? What? Oh, that's only gonna cover that amount of space. Not bad though. Yet it's still gonna take forever to do it that way. So we're going back to draw a region. And we're just gonna keep up the pace with replacing these. Well, I'm not replacing anything with placing these glass blocks. And even though it does cause a bit of lag, it is such a faster way of doing this. So I guess I don't know, if you're playing on a server, maybe it might not be nice to the other fellow your fellow Foolcrafters, but since I'm playing alone, I have no regrets. This is awesome. This is definitely saving me a lot of time and a lot of effort to do it this way. So just gotta grab it from the correct spot, which this glass is actually 1 pixel below the top and 1 pixel above the bottom. So yeah, it's a nice easy way of doing this. If I wanted to go smarter with it, I would start from over here, then work my way down this way. And yeah, I'm gonna cover the rest of this surface area in this fashion, and I'll show you what it looks like after the fact. Alright, so we're at the very last bit of creating this platform with the glass. And yes, I could have just half slabbed the whole space and it wouldn't have made that big of a difference, but having this little gap here, this little 1 pixel gap, it means the world. It means the world! I don't know what it is, but it definitely creates like an effect. Like, it's not even a noticeable effect where you would notice right away, but it's in there. It's in there. It does something. It does a little detail in your mind space. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you look at this platform right now, it doesn't look like much. It literally just looks like a space to stand. But it's definitely giving me so much inspiration for things I could do, and lore behind the blocks, and also like maybe putting a pillar over here, like a curved pillar, maybe organic, maybe even kind of just curved. I'm not sure, but for right now, I'm pretty content with the progress that we've made today, and that's gonna be it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of SilkPlays Foolcraft, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and I just want to let you guys know, I freaking love you guys. Man, I've been having a blast playing this game, and if you guys have been enjoying playing along with me, that's awesome. And yeah, pretty much all I wanted to say. I'll hit you guys up in the next one. Peace.